Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic. This is where I bring you the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 27th of September until the 4th of October. And we're building up towards the full moon in Aries, which will happen on Thursday night, midnight, almost 11:30 Belgian time. And it are, pretty intense times. This is a week of, explosions. This is a week of sudden events, shocking. It's a full moon in Aries, right? And Aries is the warrior, but it's a full moon on Chiron. So it's there's a big light being, there's a big light shining on our masculine side of all beings, of our warriorness, of our, dominance, of our ego, because Aries is the ego, and our ego is going to get some hits, is what I, definitely see in the astrology. Chiron is our wound, and, this is a wound in leadership. This is the wound in whenever we are having the sun in Libra, or just Libra Aries axis. This is about boundaries. Are you respecting your boundaries, or are you crossing your own boundaries? Are you crossing someone else's boundaries? So what's happening right now is, the sun came in Libra, and the sun it's like it's in its fall position. So it's kind of weak, the ego in and of itself, the energy is actually almost at its weakest point. It's getting towards its weakest point, but the sun is falling. So that is because, we just had the harvest, and we have to learn how to share. We have to learn how to initiate in consideration of other people. We have to step aside of our, we've been working on ourselves, developing our ego, developing our self-image. And now this is truly about sharing. This is about listening. This is about inner objectivity because of listening to someone else. And Mercury just, went through Libra and did what it had to do, conversating, gathering points, and now it is in Scorpio. And in Scorpio, it really wants to understand the bigger meaning of it all. It is asking the constant why question. So it's like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And why did you do this? And it is discovering secrets of other people in its conversations, right? With other people. And it is also, going too far. It might cross the boundaries because the moon in Aries is one thing. A full moon in Aries is another. But being on Chiron with Mars retrograde there's an imbalance in our masculinity. And there's a big wound that we have to face. We got Saturn that is coming direct right before the full moon. It's actually happening on Tuesday. And this is truly, this is about responsibilities. This is about moving forward in taking on responsibilities. We've been reflecting on them, but now it's about, okay, Saturn is like, okay, here it is. Enough reflection, enough going within, I'm just going to show you how it is. And you need to take your responsibilities. You need to make sure that there's a structure. And there's a cat that is really annoying. But so the thing is, Mars retrograde, right, is just really showing us where we're pushing it, where the cat is pushing it. I think this is a pretty good representation about the intensity, the noise around us, and us having to deal with that noise, us having to deal with the anger that comes up, where this is an interesting point where where is anger part of your life? Where is rage? Where is the force, the masculine dominant force present in your life? And there's a potential to heal this because it is making an inconjunction. It is making a sextile. It's not making a sextile. It's not making a sextile. It is the sun is making an inconjunction over to Uranus, right? And so this really shows that this is an annoying aspect where in relationships, it is quite annoying. It could get super intense. It could mean fights. It could mean that, there's confrontations. And with that Mercury and Scorpio, honestly, this is about, can you be honest? Can you be truthful? Can you show your authentic self? Venus is in Leo, and we got the sun in Libra, which is, what makes Venus important. And Venus in Leo is about your heart, is about authenticity, is about leadership. So we've got quite some aspects here that is really about showing your true heart, showing your vulnerability, being extremely vulnerable. But there's a tendency to be lying, to hide. There's fear, there's anger, there's so much, but there's so much that we can let go. And it will all be shown. It will all come in the outer world. And so here's then the point where Uranus will bring shocks to the nervous system. It is making aspect to that sun in Libra, and the sun is, it's just our energy, it's our vitality. And Taurus is our physical body. So this could literally mean whenever you're in a fight or in a discussion or in a rebellion, right? There's definitely, because of Mars retrograde, right? Being the energy of rebellion, being loud, but it's retrograde. So it's like, it is going within. It doesn't dare to take action. Saturn goes direct. Saturn is the institutions. It is squaring Mars. There's bigger oppression. Like there's an oppression on the ego. There's an oppression on whoever stands up and fights for justice. Sun in Libra. So there's, that Trojan horse that I talked about, I think honestly, we have to pay a lot of attention right now, where they could have been giving us, or where you in your relationship could be given a lot of hope, a lot of new opportunities, but that came with an intention or a hidden intention. And the Mercury in Scorpio now is like, it is in its shadow period, so it's not aware of it. But it might, because of its digging, encounter it, and it doesn't know what to do with it. But because of Venus in Leo and Mercury in Scorpio, these are personal planets that require courage to confront. But the full moon is on Chiron. So it's like, I don't know, I don't dare. You feel awkward. It's like, is it me? Is it because I'm weak? And I think this is about confrontation, but it is about honest, vulnerable uttering of the words. Because the North Node is in Gemini, and that is information that is processing, and Mercury in Scorpio just digs and does its research, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it dares to confront. It rather keeps it a secret, and then behind the scenes will, plan some whatevers. But I think our opportunity is, to stand up and to really, in the wound, to admit your responsibility, Saturn direct, your responsibility in how you have contributed to that problem in and of itself, because this is what atonement is. This is what, accepting our responsibility is. But what you will see happening is, because of that, there's a change in your inner values, which will be expressed. It needs adjustment in your outer values. So you'll discover something. I don't know, let's just take some subjects here. Mercury Scorpio is all about sex, and the dialogue is about sex. So you could be talking with one of your new friends, or new people you meet, and they're like, oh my God, I just totally love it when they talk dirty like that to me. And you could be like, it could be a shock. Your value system is like, oh my God, really? Do you really say that when you're having sex? But there's something that is being triggered within you. It's like, damn, maybe I should try that as well. But here's where that old courage is required, where you don't dare to confront your partner with it. And your partner might feel that. And there's just something you're just like, you have this dirty mind, and you need to confront your partner with it. And your partner feels it, and there's just something off, but you don't dare to communicate about it. And now you're starting to, see how weak you are, and how, how not daring you are, and all those things. And, you're starting to think and wonder and ponder about, oh my God, I wish that person would say that to me. And now this creates friction, creates tension, and it could just go very annoying, could lead to fights, and, just values between partners that just are not the same anymore. And I'm not saying that it is about talking dirty. It is about money. It is definitely about money. About shared value, about a house. You might be discovering how your partner has not, paying the bills. Or, it's about shared values, anything, honestly. You might find out that your partner, all of a sudden in the house, rearranging the house, and you're like, I don't care about this, or you don't dare to talk about the fact that, I don't know, they put a lot of plants, and you're like, I don't like these plants, what the fuck, it's Libra season, I want things beautiful, but this is not beautiful. And do you see what I'm going? It's just there's things that you're not communicating, there's things that you're hiding, and it creates friction. And also, you will be discovering things of your partner that are shocking to your nervous system. So, this is about honest, plain communication, or really making it tough on yourself for a whole week. And with Venus and Leo, it's pretty rough if you keep doing that, because now you feel entitled, and Venus and Leo really wants to be the leader here. So you could either go in your ego, not take in your true leadership, and create a lot of friction. Or you could be vulnerable, honest, and heal so much about how you feel, about how angry you are. But it's up to the other, to the partner too, to be aware of that. So, we're just learning how to share, how to give, but also to, put boundaries here. And we're just, it could be shocking, because Uranus is in the mix, and it's a full moon, and it's on Chiron. So you will feel it. It will be hurtful, it will be painful, it will be gnarly. But it is about, are you really going to step into your true warrior? And what is a true warrior? A true warrior is someone that, does what needs to be done, because it definitely is supporting the soul, it is supporting the truth, and some things need to be cut off. And if that's the right thing for you, then you need to do that. But you also need to be aware where you're too pushy, where you are crossing boundaries, where you are taking things too far. Because that, and you're going to see that. It will create so much friction. I think this will be a testing time for relationships, big time. And honestly, I think when Mercury goes retrograde and then comes past this point, so it might take even like a month, 2 months for this to really blossom. And you might find out then. But I'm just saying you have to be super aware of what you are involved with in relationships. And this is also business relationships, because we got so much Capricorn. So it could mean that, well, you might find out things on your job that you do not like, and you're, that full moon in Aries is really about taking that action and just saying, I'm not okay with this, or I will leave. If you're going to sit with that anger, and if you're just going to keep it a secret, it will lash back in your face and you might get fired. It's very unpredictable times. It's very aggressive energy, and it could lead to a big shock. It could go from just seeing a man or a woman slapping a man, or a man slapping a woman, which is like, it's very shocking already to someone's nervous system. It's just like, oh, it's fear. Or it could be literally, it could mean an accident. It could mean a loss of money. It could mean a loss of anything, like a car accident. It's, you're going to see all of that. It's just very, very clashing, unpredictable times. But it is truly about, it's always the inner truth, and just confronting that and just doing what is right for you, setting your boundaries, learning from the situation, and being courageous and not staying with it, because that will lead to suppressed anger, which could happen with Mars retrograde. And once Mars goes back over this point, it's just always coming back. So, this is about balancing your masculine and your feminine side, and we need to learn that big time. There's just too much pressure. There's just too much belief that we have to work hard. There's just too much, guilt on, I'm not working enough. And just all these things need to go and need to change. And you could learn the hard way, or you could really look at your life honestly and say, I need to change this. And if I don't do it now, it will change itself for me, and it now you have a choice. Then it might be a little bit or a lot more difficult. So this is just to be aware, to stay focused, and to be open for change, because change is the only concept, and it is in our face. Much love, Leo Mystic. See you next week. Bye-bye.